Hey, good afternoon, everyone. This is Paul McMahon with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could join us. It is Thursday, October 1st, 2020. Uh, uh, and this is the Thursday tip top referral trade. And normally this trade is for people who have provided us referrals. And as a courtesy for toward the end of October, we will allow everyone to attend. Our goal here at Forex Smart Trade is to help you become the best version of yourself. And we do that by helping people become financially independent, by teaching them how to trade with our proprietary indicators and then using company money. So I am glad you're here. Let's see what we might have. First line of business is we must read the disclosure. Disclosure: this trade's for educational purposes only. All information given is speculative and involves risk. This trade should be examined and taken from a personal evaluation. All attendees agree that by watching that any trades he or she takes was of individual influence based on personal evaluation of the market. This webinar's intention is to demonstrate a method that can be used to make an evaluation of the current market. No past, present, or future incomes have been made or relied upon prior to or during this meeting. The As many of you know, that there are a variety of different signals that the indicators provide. The signal I primarily trade off of is something called the 10-point trade. So that's what we're going to take a look at today. I like to work off of a checklist, and it's good for you to get in the habit of working off a checklist. I like to make sure our green chart and CoinEx we're connected and live. I'm connected because I got the green box here. I'm live because I've got the green box down here. On my CoinEx, this is a demo account. I am live because I see this moving right here. So we're live on both counts. Last time I did this with you was a couple weeks ago, so that was kind of too far away to review today. But it is good habit to review your trades every day, especially the trades that didn't go the way you predicted. In the beginning, it is probably good to just take a screenshot as you're taking the trade, what the chart looks like, and then if the trade doesn't go as was predicted, we've got a point of figuring out why that signal wasn't what you thought it was. We are technical traders. So technical traders means we trade primarily on price action. So we want to know if there is news coming out. When news comes out, the fundamental traders attempt to trade on news. We don't. So we want to know what's happening. So we go to forexfactory.com and we take a look at the news feed on there. And they break the categories down into yellow, which is low impact, orange, which is medium impact, and red, which is high impact. We are now at 11:30. So from 11 on, there it's all yellow items. So we have uh, um, no news items to worry about. If there was a news item on the horizon, typically I want to be out of the trade 2 hours before that news item, and then may consider getting back into a trade 30 minutes after when the news is settled down. So with that, we are now going to do our technical analysis. On the 10-point trade, I start by taking a look for the signal. I look for the signal by, I start with the majors and minors. And on the majors and minors, I am looking for situations where our majors and minors are either oversold, that means they are below the red line, or overbought above the red line. Uh, uh, and I don't have that here. they're just about halfway. I can maybe consider a trade that is halfway into the channel. So this is exactly at halfway. I got everybody pointing up. I've got good steepness to it, and I have the green crossing over red and the gray crossing over black. So I've got 3 points here. The way I measure my points is oversold. This isn't quite oversold. It turned right as it crossed the line. In fact, let's take a look here. It turned, we're in the 11 o'clock hour, so it turned on that news, whatever that news announcement was. Whatever this news announcement was here at 10 a.m. That news announcement caused a change in the direction of the majors and minors. So we're going up. Once I have an up signal here, or 3 points from here, I am then going to take a look and see what my TNTs are doing. And I want to get at least 3 of the 4 TNTs going in the direction that's consistent with what my majors are doing. So the 2 orange lines are going up. They're going up pretty steeply. When orange goes up, that means up. Dotted blue is coming down. When the dotted blue comes down, that means up. So I've got 3 out of 4. And the thick blue, or the school bus, is he's still up. School bus is usually the last indicator to turn here. So I got 3 out of 4 here, 3 out of 3 here, and I have up pressure here. That is my 7th point. 3, 3, 1 here. Up pressure. I could either have up pressure or green on top. I've got up pressure, and I've got pretty steep here on the red. So once I have all 7 points, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a full chart and take a look and see what's potentially available. So on that full chart, what I want to see is where's my support and resistance, what the trend is, what the channel is. And that's going to help me figure out what the trade is worth. So right now, in the last 4 days, what kind of trend have I had? I've got an uptrend here since Monday. And currently, we are we're in this channel, and if I want to know, our signal was a buy signal. Signal was a buy signal, and I'm trading in an uptrend. So when I've got an up signal and an uptrend, I'm more apt to take more pips out of the trade than I am when I'm trading a buy signal in a downtrend. So now the question is, how many pips are available before I hit this resistance line? And I've got about 17 pips till I get up to here, and I've got 7 pips till I go down to here. All right. So if I were to take an up trade, I've got about 17 pips to the upside. Now I want to take a look and see what some of the other charts are telling me. So my 2-hour chart, everybody's going up in through the channel. I've got up pressure. I've got a split on the orange lines and a split on the green lines. On the 2-hour chart, I have got, I was going down, but now I'm going sideways. I have got a very strong up signal here. What makes this a strong up signal? The lines are tight together, and it's pretty steep. It's over it's over 45 degrees. That's maybe 60 degrees there. Uh, I did have red cross over here. When red crosses over green, that typically means the next candle is going to be a red candle, and it is indeed a red candle. And on my day chart, I got Donald Duck here. Donald Duck. If you look at the majors, uh, uh, this chart, if I put an eyeball here, this looks like a duck bill. Usually on a duck bill, that means I am going to continue going up. And I've got real slight up pressure, very slight, big, huge gap. Uh, 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 Big, huge gap here usually means retracement, and I am seeing retracement. What's retracement? Retracement is when the current candle mimics what happened in the last candle. So here was the red candle that came down, big gap, retrace. We recovered basically what was in this candle. So I am seeing kind of up signals, up here, up here. This guy is sideways, trying to push up. On the 30-minute, I have green crossing over and giving me a sideways signal. I am overbought here. My orange is going up. My thin orange is going up. My thick orange is going down just a bit. And on the 5-minute, I am overbought. Up pressure, but red just crossed over. Because of the steepness in these lines and the steepness here, I like this for a 10 pip buy. 10 pip buy will take half of what it's currently showing, and I think we're safe with that. So let us open up our chart. I've got the Euro USD open. New order. Check my symbol, check my volume. My volume should be 4 decimal places over from my account balance. So if I got an $8,000 account balance, I'm going to have a 0.8 volume. It's going to be market execution buy. I am going to come in. Once the trade is registered, I click anywhere along it. It turns blue. I'm going to go down to modify. I am going to put in, I've got 11 pips here. That's close enough. And I've got a 5 times stop loss. I am going to put that in for now. But what I want to do is I want to go back and take a look at the chart to figure out exactly what I want my stop loss to be. When I trade on the euro dollar, I usually like to go 2 stops away to set my stop loss, or 2 resistance spots away. So here's one resistance line. Here's the other resistance line. These resistance lines are about, should be close to 30 pips apart. 28 pips, 29 pips. So I want to go somewhere just on the south side of this. So I want to have my stop loss somewhere around, say, 17,098. So it gives it enough so if it peeks through a little bit, I won't get stopped out. But if it comes down to here, I will. If you notice today, it hasn't traded down here at all. And from half of yesterday, it hasn't traded down here. So I'm going to go at 1.17098 for my stop loss. One 7098. and you see it misses touching here. I might even just bring it right here, pull it down just a little bit so that I'm out of the range of where these last wicks were. All right, so we've got one trade in. Let's see if we can find another. Pound, dollar. We're in the middle of the channel, but this is sideways. So see the difference of this versus the difference of this. Nice steepness here. Steepness makes a difference. When I have steep lines, that's a stronger signal. These are kind of sideways lines. Australian US dollar, these are steep lines. In fact, it's kind of interesting if we take a look, let me get rid of this. If we take a look here where the news came, we were coming down, but it softened up. The red line kinked. When the red line kinks, that's telling me, so the hour before that red line kinked, even though the green line was coming down, continuing to come down, and then it kinked again when there was the news item. So we've got a pretty good up here. I got three, the two orange lines going up. I got the dotted blue coming down. So I've got 3 out of the 4 here, and I've got up pressure, but a big gap. This up pressure is weaker than this up pressure. Why? Because the red line is steeper. Both the red and green lines are steeper, and the gap is, well, to me, this gap is less. Now, when I take a trade, as you know, mostly I just trade euro dollar. I don't fool around with any of the currencies. When I do add other currencies to my trades, again, I like to kind of keep a diversified portfolio, so to speak. So if I'm adding a new trade with the dollar attached, when I already have a trade with the dollar attached, I'm basically putting more eggs in one basket, because whatever happens to the dollar is going to drive both of those trades. And if I'm going to do that, why not just double the trade that I already have? Why take a trade with another currency? So usually if I'm going to take a second trade in something, because that second trade is going to push my margin to the limit, because if I've got an $8,000 account, if I've got an $8,000 account and I take a 0.8 trade, my margin level goes down to around 1,700. I want to always try to keep this margin level around $1,000, 1,000% or above. I can take one more trade and my margin will be like right around 900. That's okay. So if I'm going to take that other trade, I want to diversify my kind of portfolio so that I'm not carrying too much of one thing. So I am apt not to take another trade on something with the dollar. So I'm giving you like kind of a little bit more insight. We were on the Tuesday morning trade, and the signal was there because I'm just trying to show people the signal. I take multiple trades in the same with the same pairs. But here, since we've got one trade with the US dollar, let's take a look and see if we see a signal with something without the US dollar in it, where we have another opportunity to take a trade. So the second chart here, euro pound, we're more than halfway, so I'm going to ignore this. Australian yen sideways on the major, so we're going to ignore that. Euro CAD, we were oversold. Everybody's going up. We're not halfway yet. I've got good steepness here on the green major. I also have good steepness on the gray. Both the green and the gray crossed over, so I've got 3 points here. Hold on, we got a question. Just wanted, when you see a big gap in the pressure, is that a good signal of retracement of the last candle, correct? Yes, that is. Big gap typically means I'm going to see a retracement of the last candle, or it might even be 2 candles behind. So let's see, everybody's going up. The 2 oranges are going up. Dotted blue is coming down, so I've got 3 out of 4 here. And I have up pressure. So I've got 7 points, 3 here, 3 here, and 1 here. So Euro Canadian. Let us open up Euro Canadian. Let's see if we've used that recently. Euro Canadian, Euro Canadian. We haven't used that recently. So what I'm going to do is, I've got this AUD USD chart open. I'm just going to change it to a Euro Canadian. To do that, I go to chart settings. I'm just going to change the symbol. I go to find Euro Canadian, okay, apply. It's going to change all of the charts. And then I am going to file, and I'm going to save it once it updates. So once I see the signal on that composite chart, I will take it. Now, the way I trade, I'm basically just looking at the euro dollar all day. You know, that's the only chart I'm looking at. Reason I'm looking at these other charts now is just, you know, for kind of training purposes. I've kind of linked my boat to the euro dollar. I can find enough trades usually from that during the course of the day where I'll make what I want to make. Today I've only made 1 trade, and it was the trade from last night. I get the 10 pips from the trade I sent out last night. I have not. I've been a little busy this morning, so I haven't had a chance to really keep an eye on it. When we get off, if that trade is still there, I'm going to probably go ahead and take it. Save as, and we're going to call this Euro CAD. And I'm going to call it D because it's on daylight savings time. So first thing I want to know is, where's my support and resistance? So I'm going to tighten this up a little bit, and I'm going to pull this up. If it is a chart I trade regularly, if you noticed on that Euro USD, I had all of the, I had the support and resistance on there. When I went and did that, I went back 10 years to figure out those support and resistance lines. So support and resistance, I'm looking for spots where the price seems to kind of stop. So I'm getting stopping here, I'm getting stopping here, got it in here, right here, right over here. Let's see. I think right in here. So we're right at the top of a support. Right there, right there, right in here, 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 here. Let's do one below. And let's do one above. So we're like right here, right here, right here, right in here. All right, so we've got some support and resistance in there. Last day we're sideways. Last day we're sideways. Day before we were down. Day before that we were up. So we really don't have much of a trend here. In terms of How much room do I have till I hit this resistance line? I've got about 10 pips up, and I've got about 30 pips down. So let's take a look. What were we looking at here? We're looking at a buy on a sideways. The 2 hour just starting, the majors are just starting to cross. I've got soft up pressure here with basically retracement. I'm starting to get the beginning of the duckbill here. We're overbought. The minors have started to turn, but the majors are giving the duckbill, so this is kind of a fake out. It should go up a little bit. I got sideways again, which generally means retracement. This candle has retraced, but green is on top, and this is kind of a slight down on the 1-day chart. Everybody's coming down, and I would call this a slight up pressure. Slight up pressure. The 30 minutes, we're converging with green about to cross over. Majors and minors going up. Sideways on the 5-minute, coming down through the channel. Euro Canadian. What I'm thinking, so right now it is almost noontime. So noontime, it is 5 o'clock in Europe. So Euro, lots of Euro traders are coming offline, so the volume's going to start coming down a little bit. Canadian still has another 4 or 5 hours before they go offline. I'm going to hold off on this trade. I don't like it enough. I don't like it enough because we don't have good commitment here. We've got up pressure, yeah, but we don't have good commitment here, and we've been just trading within this, within this channel for the whole day. So we're not trading into an uptrend. We got our short term still pushing down, and I just don't like it enough. So we're gonna pass. So we did the analysis. If you've noticed, just even while we've been talking, when we started, these lines were crossed. Now they're not. They're starting to go sideways. So you don't have to take every trade. We've got one trade in there. In fact, let's see how our trade's doing. We're still at the same spot. See if there's a thick orange line trade here. Minus 77, no. Minus 92, yes. My confirmation is a no. I want all 4 of these lines down here. 73, no. 34, no. 42, no. 36, no. Or 37, no. So nothing on the thick orange. Minus 10 is a yes, but I don't have confirmation. Minus 100 is a yes, but I don't have confirmation. Nothing else here. This is close. Minus 90, but I don't have confirmation. Minus 191. If you want, we could take a wait and see what happens right at the top of the hour. This is close. If this jumps by 10 points, we could consider taking this trade. we're just a little bit outside the range. I'm looking for minus 90 to minus 100. I am oversold, minus 70. So we could go ahead and take 5 pip buy on AUD CAD. So let's do that. AUD CAD. New chart. AUD. Not there. AUD CAD. And I'm going to take a 5 pip buy. So market execution. I'm going to come down here, modify 5 pips with a 20 pip stop loss, which is 200 points. I want to make sure we get the full 5 pips. So it's at 0.9554. So I'm going to go to 5.9. Let's see, 5.4595. 95. And let's make this so that it's more readable. Oh, we're getting a duck bill here. So even though we get the up here, this guy needs to turn. So it may take more than an hour for this to come back. All right, so we took 2 trades today. Hopefully by tonight, when I send out my trade results, both will have closed. Any questions, gang? All right, thanks so much. Glad you could be here. If you need anything, just reach out. All right, thanks everybody. Bye-bye.